Hello again, it's Tom here and welcome back to Magic Woodworking. Today I'm doing something slightly different. I've been sent this portable table saw by a company called Evolution, who's asked me to do an honest review of their power tool. So if you'd like to stay with me, I will take you through the unboxing, setup of the machine, all the dimensions of what it can handle and what it can do, pros and cons, and if you're interested in buying one at the end, I'll even give you a promo code which will save you some money in the long run. Right, let's check this thing out. Okay then, let's see what we get in the box. Right, so start off with, we've got some dust extraction hose, a cardboard box full of numerous goodies. Let's have a look what's in there. Okay, these are the wheels, mitre fence, etc. We'll check that out a bit more in a moment. What I'm guessing is a pull handle, the saw itself, so this would be the fence. Can I just say this is very heavy? Here it comes, right. So there's the saw. You have one push stick and another fence. Right, give me a moment and I'll start setting this up. So now we've got it unboxed, next thing to do is to lift it up onto a sturdy bench or table. I would recommend getting some help because this is not a light piece of machinery. And then it's time to start assembling the legs, wheels, etc. So let's get on with it. Okay, I've just put this assembly together, and the reason I did it off camera is, I have to be honest, the holes didn't quite line up, so I had to take my drill and just ease the hole a little bit to get the bolt through. Keep that in mind when you come to putting yours together. As you can see, it's a little bit of a fiddle, but nothing that I'm sure you can't manage. If I can do it, you can do it. I should point out all these fixing spanners are attached on the side, so I supply all of them. Don't even need to use a hammer, but I just find it to be a little bit easier. Right, next we need to assemble this part. Final bit is putting the wheels on. Now, much like everything else, what I've discovered is these holes are rather tight. So you might want to maybe run a drill through them or some grease or whatever, but they will go, they're just a little bit tight, as you can well see, but nothing we can't overcome. More of a bump. Wheel on, check. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a little bit of grease just to make your wheels spin a bit freer anyway. Okay then, so once you've finished your assembly, you should end up with the saw in this configuration. Now, this is set up for storage or for transportation, and as you can see, it's easy to move around, transport wherever you need, and to store away. Now, as for storing away, it doesn't take up a lot of space. If you're after the dimensions of what it takes up to go in your van or in your workshop, front to back, you're looking 900mm or 36 inches in old money. And from the wheels to the front of the fence, you're looking about 700mm or 28 inches. Now, as for standing it up so you can use it, I'm not 100% convinced I have got the correct way of doing this, but the way I've been doing it is easing it forward, grabbing the bar with the wheels, rotating it up till it clicks, and then rotating it over till it's stood up and nice and sturdy, as you can see. So that's what I've been doing. You might find an easier way, or it might say an easier way in the manual. I haven't come across it yet. Right, some of the specs of this saw. So to kick off with, it comes with what I call a nail biter blade, which is 10 inches, 28 teeth, or 255mm. Maximum depth of cut at 90 degrees is 82mm, or 3¼ inches in old money. And when you rotate it over to 45 degrees, it's got a maximum depth of cut of 57mm, or 2¼ inches. It's got the capacity to do ripping on the right side of the right side of the table and the left side of the table. The maximum rip size on the left side is 305mm, and the maximum rip size on the right hand side of the bed is 635mm, so about 25½ inches, and the other side's 12 inches. If you're interested in the bed size, well, front to back it's 640mm or 25 inches, and when you've extended the extendable sides out, it's approximately 1200mm or 47 inch. Also, from the floor to the top of the bed, you're talking about 920mm or 36¼ inches in that area. It comes with an aluminium fence, which is nice and easy to use, or you say in the States, aluminum. So yeah, so as you can see, nice easy to position, lock off. It also comes with your mitre fence, crown guard and push stick. I've left the crown guard off just for demonstration purposes, and also the dust extraction hose. The saw itself has a sliding table, which I will demonstrate in just a moment. And as I said before, you can extend either side of the table out. Again, I will demonstrate it. So overall, it's a good sturdy bit of kit with a lot of nice features. The blade itself moves up and down nice and freely, as you can see. I'm just doing that with 2 fingers, really easy. And to adjust it for 45 degrees, you just release the lever and it spins around. The same is true for releasing the extendable tables. You just release the lever and they just pull out. Now, as for competition, this particular saw is only got really 2 pieces of competition. One's the Makita and one's the DeWalt, both of which are way over double the price of this particular machine made by Evolution. Now, I'm not just saying that because I've got it here and they're paying me. They're not paying me a dime to sell their machine. They just sent it me and asked me to do you an honest review, which is what I'm doing. Now, the Makita, to be fair to it, as I said, it's double the price. It's got pretty much the same features, including a sliding fence, but it can cut slightly deeper. I will be totally honest about that. But again, the price does come into this. The DeWalt, on the other hand, is double the price, doesn't come with a sliding fence, and oh, what do you know, it can't cut as deep either. This has got a maximum depth of cut, as I said, of 82mm, and the DeWalt's got a maximum depth of cut of 65mm. At 45 degrees, this can do 57, and the DeWalt can only do 45. So as you can see, it actually beats the DeWalt hands down. For the money, I think this is definitely a better way to go than the DeWalt. You might be a Makita lover like myself, and well, if you've got the bucks, so be it. You know, you buy the Makita. But so far, from what I'm seeing, I'm quite liking it. I will say, putting it together was a bit of a pig. You might want to drill just to ease out some of those holes, but overall it's very well constructed. Most of it is aluminum or aluminium. You've got a few plastic pieces on it, but you do on any of these type of saws. But the plastic is well made. It doesn't feel like it's going to break on you, which is like the DeWalt one I advertised just recently. The miter saw had a lot of very plasticky pieces on it. Did not do it any favours. So what I'm seeing so far, I'm quite liking this saw. I guess the next thing to do is let's go through its little features and do some tests. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support me, please give me a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe down there. It really helps the channel and helps me grow and allows me to do more reviews like the one you're seeing right here. Right, enough about me, let's get back on with this review. Okay then, so as for some of the key features of this particular saw, as I stated before, to move the blade up and down, it really is a breeze. 2-finger operation, up and down. It shows which way to go for plus and minus. As for angles, you go from 0 to 45 degrees at the bottom here. And to move it, you release this clamp and the blade will spin all the way around to 45 degrees and back again. Or if you would like it to go just a couple of degrees at a time, you can engage the wheel and turn it to wherever you want. Lock it off in the desired position. Equally, move it back to 0 when you're ready and lock it off again. There's your on and off. You have tool storage on the side. I stated before with your fence, it has a positive lock off. With extendable tables, to move those, you have another lever here. Release the lever. As you can see, that side moves out. With this side, there's a thumb turn here and another one over there, and you can extend that side out too. Now, sliding table, you have another little thumb turn you undo underneath, which allows you to move your sliding table backwards and forwards, and as you can see, it's a nice free operation. It is a nice feature of this saw. Not all the saws have it. With your miter fence, there's that little indent here, so you can tighten this thumb turn up into the indent, which allows you to use it in conjunction with your sliding table for cross cutting, doing miter cuts, etc. With the miter fence itself, you have a thumb turn, release it, and it turns 60 degrees in both directions, with a material clamp here as well. I will be completely open and honest, there is a little bit of slop in the machine groove, but to be honest, I've seen the DeWalt, it's exactly the same. I think it's a fair level on most of these portable saws. I'm sure you could shim it to make it a bit more accurate, but there is a little bit of movement there. Okay then, so let's run a bit of timber through this saw and let's see if we can actually cut. Well, that's 2 inches thick and it went through it like butter, as you saw. Okay, let's try a little bit of cross cutting. I don't normally use the material clamp, but in this particular case, I'm going to give it a try. I've located this in the sliding table as I stated before. Undo the thumb turn. Let's give it a try. Once again, that's a piece of 2.5 inch by 2, and it's just gone through that with ease. Right, that's the easy bit. Let's try something a little bit harder. Okay, so you've seen this table saw cut wood like any other table saw, But this one's got a little trick up its sleeve. Let me show you. Let's start off with cutting some copper pipe. Can I just say, make sure you wear some safety goggles. And as you can see, it cut through that like butter. I know what you're thinking. Come on, Tom, copper's soft. Okay, I got you. How about four 4-inch steel nails? Let's see if it can manage that. Well, I think the answer is yes. And on top of that, apparently this saw can cut through 1/4-inch steel. So on the box it says it cuts through 1/4-inch steel tube, plastic, non-ferrous, ferrous. So all in all, this blade, very useful. Okay then, so pros and cons of this machine. On the cons front, there aren't many, but there are a few. As I stated before, the play in that groove isn't great. The base of it is a type of plastic which, well, I've seen some of the others, they're a bit firmer. It's a small thing, but it's just something I picked up on. The stand, when it's in the storage position, is a little bit top heavy. It does try to fall over on you. Again, it's a very minimal thing, but it's just something I picked up on. Other than that, there isn't much else. As I say, it's a good aluminium or aluminum construction on nearly all the other pieces. I think the side extension fences are steel, pressed steel, but even so. As I said before, the sliding table is a really nice feature. That really does help and will help a lot on site. I like the measurements on both sides. I like the positive lock off on the fence. I really like the blade, and as you saw, it will go through steel, ferrous, non-ferrous metals, plastics, and rips through to quite a nice size as well. Should you buy one? Well, that's entirely up to you. Me personally, I think it's a good buy. This particular saw is £339.99. As I said before, if you are interested in one, I'll give you a link at the bottom of how to find it, and if you put in the promo code of TFW, which are my initials, you'll get a further 5% off the price if you're interested. And as I said to you before, this is half the price of the DeWalt and half the price of the Makita for what I would say is comparably as good a machine. So anyway, there it is. What do I think? I think it's a good bit of kit, but I'll leave it to you if you want to buy one. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Bye bye.